Breaking news: Caitlin Clark's teammate announces decision away from WNBA amid CBA unrest. Aliyah Boston arguably had the most hectic 2025 season in the WNBA. After initially losing her point guard in Caitlin Clark to soft tissue injuries, Boston had to endure through multiple floor generals. Boston fought through the change and adversity to lead the Indiana Fever to an unlikely semi-final finish, where they almost beat the eventual champions in the Las Vegas Aces in that injury-ravaged Game 5. Now that everything is said and done, Boston can finally breathe. "I've been good. Just working out, having fun, getting shots up," Boston said of what she has been up to on the Post Moves podcast with Candace Parker. Boston had immense improvement from her sophomore WNBA season to this one, especially with regard to her creativity. It went to an extent where legendary point guard Sue Bird praised the center of her passing prowess. It seems Aliyah Boston is away from the CBA hailstorm, very much like Caitlin Clark, because we haven't seen any significant statement regarding the ongoing negotiations. That's not a knock on Boston, it's just who she is. Not everyone needs to pitch in. In the case of Boston, most of her teammates and her WNBA are doing that job for her. There's a potential lockout. "I promise you we aren't going to play until they give us what we deserve," Sophie Cunningham said. Then you have Fever WNBA representative Lexi Hull taking a stand for Boston and company. She has let the people who hold the power do the work and represent her best interests. While they work on a renewed CBA, Aliyah Boston is taking a hobby to get her mind away from that web probably. "I'm actually Chef AB now. This entire off-season, I said I was going to cook," Boston said. She also committed to Parker to make a steak for her when she comes to town. It seems the Fever squad will have an expert cook and a DJ by the time next season arrives. Appearing on Ariel Power's YouTube channel, Caitlin Clark explored the possibility of working on her DJ skills. Power shouted out to Clark for how good she is at playing music for the Fever when they're in the locker room. This prompted Clark to say, "Ask everybody on the team. I'm legit on the AUX." She then added, "Maybe that's what I'll do in the off-season. I'll become a DJ." When Powers said that she'll be a DJ and a golfer, Clark responded by saying, "Those are my two hobbies." Both Boston and Clark are spending some time away from the spotlight, but Boston has less rest days it seems. The Fever forward will serve as a studio analyst and a possible game analyst for Big Ten college basketball coverage in the coming season, and will also return to Season 2 of Unrivaled come January. After a landmark 2025, Boston would like to continue on that upward path in 2026, but how can it ramp up to be the best in the league? What can Aliyah Boston improve in 2026? Aliyah Boston made huge strides in 2025. Her assist numbers went from 3.2 to 3.7 per game, and her scoring had an incremental change from 14.0 to 15.0 points per game. She improved her defense rating went from 106.4 to 100.8. Boston improved on the variety of her shot making, going from 76.6% of her points in the paint to 70.9%. She has firmly put her name among the top centers in the league, being selected in the All-Defensive Second Team and All-WNBA Second Team, but what can she improve further? A part of the game she must develop is her outside shooting. She shot just 20.7% from the three-point line in 2025 and was never a credible outside threat, less than 1 3 attempted per game. "I always say to AB, I'd like her to take 2 or 3 threes a game," Coach Stephanie White said. "I think that she's got that in her arsenal." Aliyah Boston agreed when asked about the improvement going into year 2. "I 100% agree. I think that's going to be a big key piece for me coming into next year. Being able to knock down that shot outside consistently. But also I think, for me, working a lot more in that mid-post area and making teams have to guard out there and not just having to worry about back to the basket," Boston said. Her usage rate jumped from 19.9% to 21.5%, and we can expect that to further jump towards that 25% mark since she will have Caitlin Clark back to feed her. We saw glimpses of her bag in that semifinals series against the Aces, but a more consistent show will be a much bigger threat to the opponents. She often depends on her physicality to drill through defenses, but has little option when she hits a wall there or gets into foul trouble. Boston should try and improve her handles to make them workable.